Classified. For Cantalot medical research only. Patient name, Pinkie Dane Pye. Subject free. Primary physician, Dr. Quest Colton, Ph.D. Date range from anomalous affliction. Then 12/13/1523 AB after banishment. 2/28/1524 AB. Patient name, Rainbow Dash. Subject 4. Primary physician, Dr. Quest Colton, Ph.D. Date range of anomalous affliction. December 13th, 1523. AB 2/19/54 1524 AB. Case summary. The following case involves two equestrian saviors, barriers of the elements of laughter and royalty. Pinkie, aka Pinkie Pie, age 543, and Rainbow Dash, age 544, simultaneously experience and suffer baffling infectious afflictions. Though their cases were originally filed separately, and the observations and treatments for subject 3 and 4 currently, at Dr. Colton's request, their files have been compared to compiled into one case study. The treatments used for these subjects were ultimately ineffective, so the following data logs have been compiled in research purposes in effort to find a cure. Data log. Hooves Day, 26th of December, 14 days after the end of Region of Friendship. The following was recorded obtained, but later submitted, by Dr. Pecan Pie. Dr. Pie informed the staff that the recording came directly from his answering machine. Below is a transcription of the recording. Happy Harvestwarming, Main Pie family. Well, late Harvestwarming, but we're only off by a day. And hey, we're early for the new year. Happy New Year! Oops, sorry Dashy. That was right in front of your ear, huh? No. After a few years, I got used to the ringing in my ears. Oopsie, poopsie, there is, I'll kiss it all better. Mwah! Cut it out. The family doesn't want to hear all that. Think of the fillies, Pinkie. Oh, those pitties. These little pies know that their love for Aunt Zashy, but I bet I just made them turn up their noses, scrunch up their little faces, though of ponies kissing. Okay, Pinkie, that's not funny. What are you doing now? And how are you doing that? I don't know. I just feel all bubbly, swimmy, wimmy inside. But your hooves aren't touching the ground. Are you floating? I am? They say along some pony else makes you feel lighter than air, but this is ridiculous. Pinkie, stop it. Get back down here. It's not that funny. Cut it out. You're scaring me. Ah! Pinkie, are you okay? I think so. Why did you shock me? I didn't mean to. You were going to hit the ceiling. Maybe I took off fast. I told you to shag the carpets were a bad idea. Maybe all of this was a bad idea, Dashy. We're supposed to be back in time for Harvestwarming, and now we're stuck in some stupid hotel halfway across Equestria. Harvestwarming is supposed to be about family, Dashy, not mourn cautions of Mount Iris so we can cry about the twilight. Wait, the phone's still recording? Quick, hang up. No, wait, press star for 36. Star what? It erases the message and we can start over. The pies need to hear us be happy and hopeful for the holiday. At least what we can do is in case we missed it. Mr. Pecan Pie received the second, much shorter voicemail from subjects 3 and 4, wishing him and his family happy holidays. Mr. Pie called subjects 3 and 4 back a few hours later. He urged them to seek medical attention immediately for the anomalies he had described as baffling and worrisome. Subjects 3 and 4 declined medical attention or advice. Observation notes, Trot's Day, 1st of February, initiation intake. At the behest of Dr. Colton, Nurse Jolly was hoped to dispatch to Ponyville to locate subjects 3 and 4 so they could be transported and admitted to Canterlot General. Nurse Jolly hoped to find the subjects at their residence in Ponyville, indicated that neither of them had complained about the doctor's orders. The following transcript of the recording statement from Nurse Jolly for about the encounter. For a long while, no pony has responded to my knocking at the door. I was for sure they were inside, though. I caught a curtain movement at the corner of my eye. Eventually, Rainbow Dash answered the door, but she kept it open just a crack so we can have a conversation, without actually allowing me inside. Her behavior was additionally erratic, demanding to know who had called the doctor, and insisting that they were fine. I implored for her to allow me access, until she vehemently denied it. She pressed me for more information, but I relayed to her only what Dr. Colton had instructed me to do. To be honest, I didn't really know the full extent of the issue anyway. I just do what I'm told. The conversation lasted less than a minute before the door was slammed shut again, and I heard the locking from inside. I called the doctor from the payphone nearby, and I was told to wait for the assistants to arrive. I was instructed to audio record any additional conversations with the patients during the journey from Ponyville to Canterlot. Dr. Colton was admitted, and utmost care to gently be applied to the situation, even though the patients would be remanded without their consent. I admit I was a little more than surprised when I saw Canterlot guard arriving with the orderlies, but Dr. Colton was right to include them. Without their help, we wouldn't have gotten them back to the hospital. Nurse Jolly hoped to comply with the doctor's request and recorded their second encounter with Subject 4, along with the resulting struggle from both Subjects 3 and 4. Below is a transcription of the recorded message. Nurse Jolly Hope. Rainbow Dash? It's Nurse Jolly Hope again. I must insist you let us inside. We're only trying to help you. What do you mean? Us? As I explained before, a team of professionals has had me to come to insist. Those aren't doctors, they're guards. Why would they send guards? What are they going to do to us, Dashy? Pinkie Pie? Is that you? Don't you talk to her. Tell those guards to get lost. We don't need you or them. We're fine. Yeah, it's been like this for an hour. I don't think they're going to let us in willingly. I think you'll have to, step aside. Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie, by order of Dr. Colton, you are to be detained and transported to Canterlot General effective immediately. Step away from the door. You can't do this. You can't just force us to... No, get your hooves off of me. Pinkie! I told you. They're the ones who have Rarity and Fluttershy. What in the... Who are you ponies? Don't you touch her. Dashy, leave her alone. Calm down. We're only trying to help. Get that thing out of my face. Nurse Jolly Hope was unable to obtain many more audio recorded from this incident, as Subject 4 kicked the tape recorder from her hooves, causing it to smash to the pavement. Subjects 3 and 4 were eventually admitted to Canterlot General. Data log, Subject 3, Flanks Day, 2nd of February, 1st of day of hospital stay. Primary nurse, Nurse Wheatbee. Test order, subabnormality, bronchoautopsy, blood analysis. Procedures, perform CT scan. Result, unknown chest cavity growth detected. Subject 3 arrived at Canterlot Central sedated. Subject 3 is in a state of upheaval. Her mane, tail, and fur were disheveled with 26 distant bruises on her torso, flanks, neck, head, and hooves. Some of these bruises are conjunct with the accounts of order lines and guards who had exerted force in retrieving Subject from her place of residence. Other observations of note include dark circles under Subject 3's eyes, sunken cheeks, indicators of malnourishment, and discolored fur. The most notable element affecting Subject 3 is in her large and misshapen chest. After running the initial tests, It had been determined that unknown growth in their chest cavity is causing Subject Free's rib cages to press up against her fur and just outward. Additionally, Subject Free has shown instances of shortness of breath and a wheeze akin to fatigue laughter. Dr. Colton has appointed Nurse Sweetbee as head nurse for the subject. Nurse Sweetbee was informed by the subject's hostility towards the staff during admittance process, and it was instructed to be accompanied at least 2 order lines whenever she has to come into contact with Subject Free. Due to the magical limitations of the security cameras and their inability to capture sound, her initial meeting and observation of Subject Free was audio recorded. Below is a transcription of the recording. Good morning, Miss Pie. My name is... Where's Dashie? Miss Pie, Pinkie. Pinkie, I am not at liberty to divulge any information about the other patients at this time. She's okay, Pinkie Pie. We're trying to take good care of her, I promise. What have you done to me? We had to sedate you when our staff couldn't get you to the hospital imbecilely. Imbecilely? Yeah, that sounds like a Twilight word. Are you having trouble breathing, Pinkie? Let me see Dashie. I promise I'll be good. I'll do whatever you say. Pinkie, please calm down. The doctors want to fix your breathing first, okay? No, I want to see Dashie. Pinkie, why are you laughing? I laugh when I'm in pain. It makes my owies go away. But this time the laughing is owie. Okay, just calm down. Shh. What was that? The Dashie? Dashie, she's on the other side of this wall. What have you done to your bed sheets? Don't touch that. If you untie me, I'll float away. Dashie was still trying to teach me how to fly, and now I'll never see my Dashie or my friends ever again. Please calm down. We don't want you to aggravate your condition. You'll see Dashie and all of your friends as soon as we get you all better. Liar! You're a fucking liar! I can't see all of my friends because Twilight is... And Rarity? Fluttershy? You took them, didn't you? You're doing something to... Pinkie! Order lies. Hold her steady. Hang on, Pinkie. Shh, it'll be okay. She's all I have left. Cheesy's gone. And she's my Dashie. My everything, please. We'll get you all fixed up, I promise. Just rest. Subject Free was sedated after this initial interview with the health and safety patient of staff. Data log. Subject 4, flank stay, 2nd of February, 1st day of hospital stay. Primary nurse, Nurse Jolly Hope. Test ordered, NA. Procedures, performed none. Result, NA. Subject 4 arrived in Canterlot General, exhibiting extreme hostility. While in the transport from Ponyville, Jolly Hope had attempted several times, with different doses to sedate Subject 4, all with no success. While attempting to admit the patient, several guards and staff members sustained injuries, resulting in bruises and absorbations. 2 of the order lines and 1 night nurses have been examined for possible concussions. Observation of Subject 4 is difficult due to the subject's abnormal agility and aggression. Jolly Hope has made the following statement about Subject 4's condition in his initial and only interview. It was hard to tell. I mean, she looked haggard, sleep-deprived, and malnourished like Pinkie Pie. But that was off the chance that I could catch a glimpse at her at all. She was fiercely protective of Pinkie and wanted to keep screaming about conspiracies. I think she thinks Dr. Colton's trying to hurt her and her friends. It was a miracle that the order lines and guards could wrestle her down the way they did. I hated seeing one of my personal idols just so crazed and wild like that. She kept rubbing her hooves on the train's carpet, then shocking every pony. I swear if they had been any stronger, we'd be treating burns. Dr. Colton initially dismissed Jolly Hope as Subject 4's primary nurse. After hearing the details of the struggle, however, Jolly Hope had insisted on remaining as primary nurse. All the ponies involved in the whole ordeal had been admitted to. Jolly Hope assembled a small group of orderlies and nurses to join him in an attempt to examine Subject 4. At Dr. Colton's request, the intersection was audio recorded. Below is a transcription of the recording. Miss Rainbow Dash, it's Nurse Jolly Hope. I have some of my colleagues here with me. We'd like to talk if that's alright with you. Leave me alone. Miss Dash, I have some concerns of your overall after such an unfortunate ordeal. I said fuck off! Miss Dash, please. This is a place of healing, and the doctor and I are very concerned about you and Pinkie. Where is she? Where is Pinkie? If I could come inside and talk to you. Pinkie? Pinkie, is that you? I'm here. I'm right here, Pinkie. Hang on. I'll come find you. Miss Dash. Miss Dash, the room is locked from the outside and will remain that way until we come to some kind of agreement about how to move forward. Miss Dash is beating the door down. It will not work. Let me out! Please, Miss Dash, we're only trying to help you. Pinkie, say something. It's not working. I think we need to... Nurse Jolly Hope. Jolly, what happened? Code Magenta. This concluded the audio recording. The explosion heard on the tape was electric current transmitted from the metal door to handle Subject 4's room to Jolly Hope's metal horseshoe. Voltage testing was unavailable at this time, but the current estimated to be over 300 volts and milliamps at the time of the shock. Due to the intensity of the shock, Jolly Hope had suffered muscular paralysis, cardiac arrest, and a ruptured limb. The staff at the scene had rushed him to the emergency wing in an attempt to resuscitate, but he was officially declared deceased at 1:03 a.m. After the incident, Subject 4 no longer attempted to leave her room and remained quiet for the rest of the evening. Data log, Subject 3, Tuesday 6th of February, 5th day of hospital stay. Procedures, perform 5th torso CT scan. Results, conclusive data. Additional test results. After extensive testing, multiple CT scans, and a thorough bronchoscopy, Dr. Colton has identified Subject 3's abnormality to be unpredicted lung growth, a sample of foreign liquid substance that was to be found during the enlarged lungs that has been collected and sent for further testing. It has become increasingly difficult to properly care for Subject 3. Nurse Sweet Bee and the staff have reported non-stop fits of laughter and range from them soft giggling to uproarious guffaws. The subject is unable to speak in full sentences due to the excessive amount of laughter. Subject 3's chest had grown another 3 inches in girth, making the chest as 78 larger than any other pony average. In addition, Subject 3 had been restrained in her bed for past 3 days due to an unexplainable phenomenon of floating. Unless weighed or strapped down, the subject will continue to float on the ceiling of the room. Nurse Sweet Bee reports substantially reduced appetite in Subject 3 and increasingly difficulty in getting the subject to ingest food or any kind of midst of fit of laughter. Multiple asthmatic members of staff have requested to keep Subject 3 out of their rotations. These staff members indicated that the increase of breathing difficulty in the room specifically, mandatory masks worn by the hospital staff not seem to impede the variant. Data log Subject 4, Tuesday 6th of February, 5th day of hospital stay. Procedures, perform, NA. Result, NA. This is the 5th consecutive day that the security camera footage has been unable to properly capture Subject 4's movements. Security footage has been duplicated and sent to outside facilities in hope that the indescribable images can be fixed and enhanced. Subject 4's current state is still unknown. The subjects offer very little information about her condition and has opted to only speak to Subject 3's nurse. Nurse Sweet Bee, she's the only one that speaks to garner information about Subject 3 and her afflictions. Conversation is short but often emotionally charged. Staff have been ordered not to touch any metal or any electrical conductors in or around Subject 4's room. Metal horseshoes are forbidden on the 3rd floor of Canterlot General. Metals are provided to be on wooden trays and slid through the slots cut in the bottom from the door. Subject 4 returns the tray through the same slot once the metal had been consumed. Dr. Colton instructed Nurse Sweetbee to record all and any interactions she has with Subject 4. The following clip is recording at the time of this evening meal. Below is a transcription of the recording. Rainbow Dash, I have your dinner here. How is she? We're going to try and move up the surgery so we don't have the results we wanted yet, but what? But we are concerned about Pinkie's chest cavity and the rapid growth. Can you even do that? Remove a part of the pony's lungs? I'm pretty sure you still need them both to survive. The doctor will do anything she can, but let's talk about you. Your speech patterns are becoming increasingly rapid. Are you aware of that or... Wait, doctor. What fucking doctor? This bitch is a joke. I don't know what Twilight ever saw in her. Dr. Colton is very busy helping patients as quickly and effective as she can. Hang on, Rainbow Dash. Please, we're very concerned about you. Why would you be? I killed a pony, didn't I? An electric shock killed Nurse Jolly Hope, not you, Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash, we just want you to understand. Help Pinkie, and then I'll tell you whatever you need to know. Just keep the ponies away from me, alright? Following this recording incident, Pony analysis determined Subject 4's speech patterns were changing in acceleration by 10% each day. Subject 4 has continued to ignore the other staff. The following is from the desk from Quest Dr. Colton. For the current study, all observation notes and data logs between the dates 2/7/1524 to 21/1524 have been reacted. A sticky note says that these files have been processed by Twilight's lab. Observation notes, subject free, trot stay 22nd of February, 21st of hospital stay. At 6:32 p.m., staff had heard unfamiliar sound coming from subject free's room. As staff rushed to check on subject free, Nurse Sweetbee started up an audio recording and hoping to catch the sound that the staff described as a loud wet bang. Below is a transcription of the recording. Out of my way! Out of my way! I need to! What in the Tartarus was that? Are those? Pinkie! Pinkie, talk to me! What's going on? What are they trying to do with you? Pinkie, say something! Pinkie, please! Somebody help her! Help her, please! Rib bones, her lungs, they're bursting out of her chest. The bed! It's lifting off the ground. Look out, she can't control it. Pinkie, what's going on in there? Some pony tell me what's going on right now, or I'll bust through this wall myself. I knew you were up to no good, you monsters. You have been doing the one thing all along, and Pinkie was right. You're all involved. It's some big anti-friendship conspiracy. Rainbow Dash, calm down. We can't understand a word you're saying. Just... This concludes the audio of recording. Radioactively, lab technicians were able to isolate and decelerate the audio recording from Subject 4's room. The deperishable dialogue has been attached. Unprecedented explosion of the electric proportions came from Subject 4's room immediately. Following this recording, the explosion decimated the wall between Subject 3 and 4's rooms. The staff and patients had the vicinity of the explosions that were rushed to safety. 16 ponies were injured and 1 was killed. Initial observations and concluded subjects 3 and 4 had perished in the explosions. Large cracks on the wall of the room revealed a continuous, brightly colored electric surge of energy, barely contained within. Earth Pony and Pegasi staff left the patients who were evacuated from the 3rd floor of the hospital. Dr. Colton and the other Unicorn staff members remained to magically contain the electricity of Subject 3 and 4's rooms. Staff and patients were allowed back onto the 3rd floor, and hours later the threat was neutralized. Observation notes, Subject 3, Cancer Day, 24th of February. Sightings of Subject 3 had been reported by many ponies around Canterlot. The subject had not perished as staff initially believed, but insisted they had escaped. From the multiple accounts, Subject 3 was described as the following: a deformed floating pony, held aloft by the discolored yellow and blue tinted flesh balloons protruding from her exposed chest. Canterlot guards have been attempting to capture Subject Free, but so far have been unsuccessful. They report a strange phenomenon observed when ponies are within 100 meters from Subject Free. Said ponies there nearby afflicted with the uncontrollable laughing fit. These afflicted ponies were unable to respond to any simultaneous side from Subject Free herself. Subject Free will approach the closest afflicted pony regardless of the wind direction. She will then reacted to the laughing victim until they redacted. Plans are being made to evacuate airspace where Subject Free is predicted to appear. Ponies on the ground are remain inside until she is passed. Observation notes. Subject Free. Withers Day, 28th of February. Subject Free was caught and terminated the day in South Canterlot, Raspberry Swirl. A local timber worker observed by Subject Free interacting with another entwining victim and took matters into his own hooves. In the following segment of the post-subject mortis interview, Raspberry Swirl detailed the events on her own account. Below the transcription is the recording. Scatchering Smiles. It's what's going after Scatchering Smiles. Now the Canterlot guards? I expected to go after now useless shits. What are they doing for good anyway? Been in this consistently useless since the region of Sun and Moon. Please stick to the events that transpired, Mr. Raspberry Swirl. Sorry, I just have my own issues with this so-called security around Canterlot. Anyway, the guards were fucking useless, and the laugh of the demon must not be satisfied with them. I'm sorry, did you say laugh demon? What else would you have called it? All the pony could talk about is that damn demon going around Canterlot and preying on innocent ponies. Well, guards mostly, and they aren't exactly innocent. But still, ponies are shitting out gems and laughing themselves silly. Sounds like a work of a demon to me. I will make note of that. Please continue. As you may know, Scatchering Smiles is the sweetest old biddy that has ever graced his blue marbles of her own. Owns Mama Pancake House, the one that makes the big flapjacks as big as your head. I figured out she was getting more flour from the bakery and was attacked on her way back. Saw the demon for the first time. And I gotta tell you, if I didn't see it for myself, I wouldn't have believed it. It had its own innards and twisted up around with these big old flesh balloons that would expand and deflate like how it is when they are able to fly. Their eyes were whiffed out by pinpricks, barely noticeable unless you were unfortunate enough to get it up close. If it weren't mangled and paled, I'd say it looks like a savior Pinkie Pie. You said it attacked the mare? Yep, same as the stories. Scattering Smiles was on the ground laughing hard to flee. The demon was looming over her, ready to strike, when I shot it right out of the sky. I assume that you have the proper permits to carry that rifle. Well, no shit. I may as well not been from around here, but I have 2 ears, same as you. You're having quite me, believe me. You haven't heard all this demon laugh talk. They say it preys on the peace and quiet, and especially the depressed or downtrodden. Ponies are laughing themselves silly over nothing that they think will ward it off. I'm not foolish enough to come here without my gun, and you're damn lucky I did. Can you describe the aftermath? Well, it was quite a mess, so I wasn't sure if the Scattering Smiles was screaming from a sound or the splat if she was hurt. Blood, guts, vice versa as usual. Strange that the demon is made up of all that sound too, huh? So I didn't linger for too long. I rushed Scattering here, and by the time I got back, all the guards had finally cleaned up. Did the demon make any noises or attempt to speak at you at some point during this encounter? No. Are you saying that was like a pony? Like they could talk? Are you saying that the thing was... Thank you, Raspberry Swirl. This information has been invaluable. Let me escort you out. After the interview, Dr. Colton instructed the staff to conduct a series of interviews around Canterlot as certain as the ponies know or believe about a laugh demon. Dr. Colton was still gathering data on the various accounts and theories, which are compiled with the later date. Subject Free's remains have been carefully recovered, cataloged with preserved for future research. In the past 48 hours, Dr. Colton has admitted 3 of the original Canterlot guards, dispatched to retrieve Subject Freeze and Forrest from Ponyville. These patients are suffering from breathing difficulties and abnormal tonal pinch. The 2 orderlines have also been admitted, with 2 colleagues stating that they have witnessed multiple times of them temporarily floating. These files are sealed and unavailable for this report. Canterlot is currently undergoing cleansing process. Ponies are required to wear protective gear at all times. Within any public spaces, all non-essential workers are instructed to remain in their home unless absolutely necessary. Between the air's quality decline and the continuous spread of the gemstone growth within Canterlot, it is at Dr. Colton's dictation of how we should move forward from this point. These 3 reports from Manhattan have been indicated the situation is no longer contained. Finding the cure is a top priority.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.